I couldn't agree more. I mean, this is because I think so much discussion is around the subconscious and these automatic programs that are running in the background and how important those are in terms of our understanding and the physiology and what's going to ultimately occur downstream. Sometimes we forget that happiness is a practice, that joy is a practice, right? Sure, there's things dictating these things automatically going on in the background, but we actually have an opportunity each day to start to practice some of these things, to start to practice forgiveness, to practice being kind to ourselves, to practice looking at the world with fresh eyes and being in awe of life. This can be a practice that it's a very real thing. We understand the neuroscience now. We're actually rewriting those neural programs. We're rewiring our system to operate from a different perspective. And so, sure, at first it might be a little challenging. I might have to write down everything I'm grateful for. And then eventually that practice gets to be easier. And then we can start walking through our day. And when I'm at the checkout counter at the grocery store and I'm swiping my card or I'm handing over some cash, I can, in that moment, feel grateful that I have money to be able to buy food and nourish myself, right? We can practice this stuff in every moment of our lives, right? Here, right now, you could be watching this going, thank God I found this content that Nathan's putting together. I really feel like this is going to change my life, right? We can practice these things. And so we're so conditioned, right? This is, again, we talk about trauma and things. Sometimes we don't talk enough about the conditioning. One condition that people, especially in the West, that are really ingrained is you have to work hard to be successful, right? And even with health, this is why I titled my summit "Awaken the Healer Within," is to try to break free of that conditioning that you got to do so much in order to be healthy. It feels like that, and there's a truth to that, right? There are things that are there to do, so to speak, but the healer is about being, and so we really have an opportunity to look at the conditioning that we are all under, and this is literally, we are programmed as infants, as young ones, by our parents, by our siblings, by our coaches and our teachers, by society at large, by the news media. You have to do this to do that. The only way to be happy is this. There's so much conditioning that really regulates those automatic thoughts. So how can we look at our conditioning with love and curiosity? And also, how do we practice new ways of being and really set the conditioning for those? So these are just opportunities that we all have. And some people really, really need to have a big opportunity to change their thinking. Some have a really, really big opportunity to change their beliefs, right? And so it's an interesting thing when you start examining your own beliefs. You start to really recognize, like, whoa, that's not even mine. That was somebody else's that I've just been adopting my whole life, that I believe this certain thing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be true, right? I mean, how many of us actually believe, not mentally think it, believe that we can heal instantaneously, right? That's a really, really powerful belief. If you're telling yourself energetically, emotionally, it's not possible.